Good afternoon. You're looking live at the beautiful Arlington Heights Gymnasium here at St. Peter Arlington Heights School in Arlington Heights, Illinois. My name's Ryan Roth. I'll be doing your play-by-play along with my semi-esteemed colleague Peter Roth. And this is the championship game of the 2019 Illinois Grade School Lutheran Girls Championship. We've got the number 2 seed, the defending champions, the Bobcats from Immanuel Palatine, and the number 4 seed, the Comets from St. Paul Mount Prospect.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Lutheran Sports Association of Illinois, I would like to welcome you to St. Peter Lutheran School in Arlington Heights and the girls' championship game for the state of Illinois. We would like to welcome our guests from around the world watching us on the internet at LuthsportsTV and cuchicago.edu/live. This game will be available for replay on the LSA's YouTube channel at the end of March following the National Basketball Tournament. Before we begin, we ask that all participants and spectators conduct themselves in a God-pleasing manner before, during, and after this game. The LSA Sportsmanship Award will be presented this weekend to the school whose behavior of its players, coaches, and fans best demonstrate Christian sportsmanship. And as a second reminder, all mechanical noisemakers are not permitted at any point during the contest. This game will be between the guests on the scoreboard, the Bobcats of Palatine Immanuel, and the home team on the scoreboard, the Comets of Mount Prospect, St. Paul. At this time, let's meet the participants for this championship game. First for Palatine Immanuel. The Bobcats enter this contest with a record of 32 wins and 3 losses. And on their road to the state championship game, they were crowned the champions of the Hales Corners Wisconsin Basketball Tournament, the Elmhurst Airborne Tournament, the Kate Conlin Girls Christmas Basketball Tournament, the J Stream 8th grade tournament, the Immanuel Palatine Tip-Off Classic AAU Division, the Geneva Feeder Tournament, and the St. Thomas Crystal Lake Tournament. Here at state, the Bobcats have defeated Edwardsville Trinity 46-23, Roselle Trinity 44-20, and Peoria Christ 38-15. Let's meet the non-starters for the Bobcats. Number 1, 7th grader Cassidy Rowe. Number 2, 7th grader Georgia Rowe. Number 4, 7th grader Frankie Henderson. Number 12, 6th grader Coco Erlacher. Number 14, 7th grader Rachel Lind. Number 22, 7th grader Addison Luna. Number 23, 6th grader Rachel Roberts. Number 25, 8th grader Carly Grubbs. Number 42, 8th grader Sabrina Wooldridge. And number 54, 6th grader Janie Dyer. Now the starters for the Bobcats. Number 3, a guard, 8th grader Megan Kim. And number 10, an 8th grade guard, number 10, Caroline Montella. Number 11, an 8th grade guard, Annie Thomas. Number 21, another guard, 8th grader, Kira Varamis. And number 34, 8th grader, Casey Erlacher. The Bobcats are coached by Heather Glazier, and she is assisted by T.R. Turner and Jim Beckley. The manager is Anja Ruppel, and the statistician is Grace Reichert. Now for Mount Prospect. The Comets enter this contest with a record of 23 wins and 2 losses. And on their road to the state championship game, they were crowned the champions of the Zion Marengo PTL's girls tournament and their Northwest Suburban Lutheran Conference. Here at state, the Comets have defeated Bloomington Trinity 32-9, Collinsville Good Shepherd 32-20, and Nashville Oakville Immanuel 35-18. Now let's meet the non-starters for the Comets. Number 10, 7th grader, Sarah Stavnes. Number 15, 7th grader, Zoe Parcham. Number 20, 7th grader, Allie Cook. Number 21, 7th grader, Taylor Bolton. Number 22, 8th grader, Carly Brennan. Number 25, 8th grader, Taylor Sand. And number 34, 7th grader, Ella Duckman. And now the starters for the Comets. At a guard, number 11, 8th grader, Jenna Young. Number 14 at a forward, 7th grader, Maya Hulsman. Number 23, an 8th grade guard, Taylor Linke. Number 24, an 8th grade forward, Jacqueline Riedel. And finally, number 31, a 7th grade guard, Kristen Wentling. The Comets are coached by Mr. Matt Gutzler, and he is assisted by Kevin Mueller and Molly Wilson. Now, as we do at all of our LSA events, let's begin with a word of prayer. Dear Lord, as we are about to begin this state championship game, we thank you for all you have done for us. We thank you for the ministry of Lutheran churches and schools, for pastors and teachers. We thank you for the abilities and gifts you have given each of the participants in this game. But most importantly, we thank you during this upcoming Lenten season that you sent your son to suffer on our behalf. We ask that you would bless this game and its participants, coaches, and officials, watch over them and keep them safe. Because it's in your name we pray and play. Amen. Good luck and God's blessings to both teams.
All right, so starting for the number 4 seeded Comets in the all-white. Number 11, Jenna Young. Number 14, Maya Usselman. Number 23, Taylor Linke. Number 24, Jacqueline Riedel. And number 31, Kristen Wedling. And for the Bobcats in the all-black, number 3, Megan Kim. Number 10, Caroline Montella. Number 11, Annie Thomas. Number 21, Kira Veramis. And number 34, Casey Erlacher. Again, the Comets in the all-white, they're going to be working right to left. Riedel and Montella to tip. 2019 Illinois Grade School State Girls Championship. Are you ready? Because here we go. And the Comets, and they didn't call the over the back. The referee wasn't paying attention. And Linke puts the off-balance shot up, no good. And we're going to have some fighting for the ball, and we're going to have a jump ball possession arrow Bobcats.
Fun first 12 seconds.
So the Comets set up in their 2-3 zone defense. Kim and the Bobcats will bring it up. Bobcats are 32-3 on the year, and we're going to have a traveling violation on Montella. The Bobcats have not been tested at any points in this championship, Peter. They defeated Trinity Edwardsville 46-23 in the first round. In the quarters, they defeated Trinity Roselle 44-20. Full court pressure set up on the by the Bobcats, but the Comets were able to break it.
Did a good job there of handling the pressure and getting into their half-court set. And
Riedel wide open layup is good. Jacqueline Riedel with her first basket of the game. She's been the leading scorer so far in this tournament, averaging for the Comets, averaging 10 points a game. And if the Comets are going to win this game, she's going to need a big game. Casey Urlacher works it around. Thomas with the jumper, a little bit long. Montella with the offensive rebound. Montella with the forced shot, and we're going to have a traveling violation on Montella. That's 2 turnovers already for Montella. But it allows the Bobcats to put up their full court pressure.
Mount Prospect again does a good job of breaking it.
3-point attempt is long by Wentling. And the ball goes out of bounds to the Bobcats. So 4:54 to go in this first quarter of the championship game for the 2019 Illinois Grade School Girls State Championship. And most of these girls played in last year's national championship. Palatine defeated Mount Prospect in last year's national championship. Casey Urlacher with the left-handed, a little bit long, and Rito's able to grab the rebound. No second chance opportunities yet for the Bobcats.
Doing a good job, Mount Prospect is crashing boards or forcing turnovers to prevent a first opportunity. But yeah, as you mentioned, no one on either of these teams, as we see an errant pass there by Rito, no one in either of these teams should, be nervous about the size of the stage. They've all been here before. This is commonplace for them at this point.
So 2-0 still is the score. 4:17 to go in the first quarter. For the Bobcats, if the Bobcats are going to win this game, they're going to need it to continue on to what we've seen, the Casey Urlacher show. Leading the way all tournament, averaging around 14 points a game. And just as I say her name, nice pass down low to Montella. Caroline Montella. And then on the other side, the pressure, we're going to have a foul on Jenna Young.
And that is how Palatine does most of their damage, is on pressure. I mean, full court press causes turnovers, and that's why they're winning games by 23, 24 points so far this weekend.
So 2-2 is your score. 3:50 to go on this first quarter. Montella, whose sister Ruthie was the back-to-back most valuable player in this tournament here just 3 years ago. The long shot is no good by Veramis, and we're going to have an over-the-back foul on Montella. Nice rebound by Husselman.
Husselman did a good job of going up to the ball and, Yep. Okay, so we're going to see an inbounds here.
So 3:35 to go in the first quarter.
League event Riedel.
And finally, the Comets able to hold up. Nice pass to Young. Young works it around. Wentling wide open for 3 off the front of the rim. And we're going to have, actually, Kim's able to whip down the rebound. And we're going to have a jump ball somewhere in there, Peter.
Great hustle by both sides on that play. Mount Prospect keeping the play alive and keeping possession there. But Mount Prospect, again, getting good looks. They've knocked down 12 threes this tournament, and they've done a great job of these last couple possessions finding Wentling on the corner for threes. If she keeps finding space and starts knocking a couple of these down, Mount Prospect could, get themselves a bit of a lead.
And Wentling gets trapped. Wentling with the left-handed runner in and out. And Husselman gets the offensive rebound, and she's going to go to the free throw line for 2. Husselman working hard already down low. That's 2 rebounds for her, and she's going to go to the free throw line for 2. She's struggled from the free throw line so far in this tournament. 1 for 7 from the free throw line. And she, with the bank.
Sunday afternoon, generally banks are closed, but.
So Sabrina Woldridge is checking in the game for the Bobcats. It looked like Annie Thomas is shaken up a little bit. And Husselman must not have looked at the stat line, and she hits both free throws, and it puts the Comets back up 2 at 4-2.
Clutch free throws, albeit in the first quarter. Still things like that will add up if you don't convert over time in games like this.
Oh, Veramis wasn't paying attention, but Kim's able to save it. Montella takes the baseline. Works on Veramis thought about it. They worked down low to Woldridge.
Good entry pass.
And we're going to have another jump ball, and it stays with the Bobcats. Wooldridge has to use her height advantage, and we're going to have it looks like Wooldridge is shaken up a little bit. Like, so you lost a shoe, lost a sock, knee pads. Not exactly sure what's... Peter, I think this is a first.
I agree with you. I'm a little
Is
equipment issues we could go with.
Kim with the open three a little bit long. Wendling's able to track down the rebound. And all that. And the Comets get the ball back. Well, just got to be careful. The matchup we're watching is the Rito versus Montella battle.
It's been fun to watch. Both fighting for position pretty much anywhere on the court.
Urlacher just took the ball away from her, and Urlacher is going to get whistled for the foul.
Good aggressive play by Urlacher defensively. Looked like a lot of ball there, but the ref had a better angle for it than we did and saw contact. That's her second.
So Urlacher just picked up her second foul. And Rito is short on that, but Wooldridge is able to rip down the rebound.
It's been a very physical first 4 minutes so
far. We're going to have a foul on the floor. It looks like that one's on Jenna Young. So Jenna Young now has 2 fouls. So Urlacher for the Bobcats and Young for the Comets. And the ball, but it wasn't shooting, so the Bobcats will inbound the ball under their own basket. You know, last year Peter and I did the girls championship as Kim with a wide open 3 in and out, and we're gonna have actually Wooldridge is able to get the rebound. Urlacher with the runner and got it. Casey Urlacher with the soft touch, and it started with Sabrina Wooldridge's offensive rebound, and the game is tied again at 4. As I was saying, Peter and I did the last year's championship between Peoria Christ and Palatine, and it was a close game all the way through. And it was the final score, I think it was like 21-20, Peter.
Well, Palatine loves to play defense, as we've seen, you know, early on in this game. They're not afraid about being aggressive and physical on the defensive end. Sometimes that results in fouls, as we saw in that last play there on Woolridge, I believe. But as we've seen throughout this tournament, they've given up, you know, an average of 19 points a game. So it's pretty effective, I'd say, right? On the other end, Mount Prospect also likes to play defense, as we've seen with their opponent average of 15.
And Wendling's going to get whistled for the turnover. Wasn't paying attention there. So first substitution coming in for the Comets is Carly Brennan's going to check into the game. So it appears, Peter, we have an inverted whistle.
So turnover did not occur.
I never saw it, Peter.
Guess so.
Urlacher's all over Wendling. Urlacher, we're going to have almost a reach. Urlacher is just literally standing up. We're going to have a 10-second violation. Urlacher with those long arms, you know, I could see it in Wendling's eyes, the fear. Casey Urlacher, a 5'10" guard.
And you hit the nail on the head there. Wendling picked up her dribble right the back, wrong side of half court.
Urlacher with the tough take, and we're gonna, but Baramus saves that, but nope, now we have a jump ball. And the possession arrow goes to the Comets.
Jump ball number 4 of this quarter, 3 or 4.
So Jenna Young is gonna check back in the game for the Comets.
Mount Prospect's handled this pressure that Palatine's put on so far pretty well. Let's see if they can keep it up. Only one turnover really drawn or created by this full court press.
Jenna Young is able to get up to Linky. Nice pick there by Young.
Really good job by Young to create space for Linky.
Linky gets trapped in the corner. Uselman, the 7th grader, takes it right on Wooldridge. Nice ball movement. Uselman's not a, she loves to fire away, but a little bit long on that one. Urlacher with the rebound, 47 seconds to go. Urlacher takes it all the way to the hole with her soft runner, and good. And it gives the Bobcats their first lead of the game at 6-4.
Not a whole lot you could do there if you're Mount Prospect. And they tried to cut her off. She just drove right by everybody.
Wendling takes it all the way. No good. Jenna Young gets the offensive rebound, in and out. Riedel gets another rebound there. Again, 19 seconds left in the first quarter. They don't need to force anything here.
Play for one. Where she go into the second quarter is down a bucket only.
Linky with the off-balance shot, but Peter, that did not look like it was going in, but it banked in. Nobody picks up Megan Kim, wide open for three, in and out.
Look good from here.
And after 1 quarter of play, the Bobcats lead the Comets 6-6.
And for a game that's 6-6, we've seen a lot of action so far for both sides. Palatine there was 3 of 9 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3, but three-pointers really haven't been their game at all this weekend. They've only hit 5 as a team, so that's consistent, and their defense has been as expected, only gave up 6 points. On the other end of things, Mount Prospect, 2 for 10 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3, but they're doing a good job of rebounding both sides of the ball and handling Palatine's pressure. You know, a 6-6 game sometimes can be an ugly affair, but this one is definitely not that. We've seen 2 very strong defenses kind of, you know, matched wits early on in this game, and it'll be fun to watch for the next 3 quarters how this goes. It looks like Mount Prospect is going to bring Linky, Riedel, Young, Wendling, and Carly Brennan here to start the second quarter. And Palatine's going to bring Kim, Beremis, Urlacher, Montella, and Carly Grubbs is checked in the game. We see Montella drive and find Urlacher on the post. Looks like she is fouled there by Linky. Urlacher got position. Linky really didn't have any other opportunity, any other choice but to foul Urlacher there. And that will send Casey to the line to shoot 2, potentially giving Palatine their lead back. That's going to be Linky's first, team's third. No one really in foul trouble here. Urlacher knocks the first one down. Comes into this game shooting 6 of 15 from the line, 40%, but looked like a lot stronger than a 40% free throw shooter on that first one. She'll get another here. Up and a little strong. Board fought for, and it looks like we're going to have another jump ball, possession arrow favoring the Comets. I love the aggression and, you know, ability we've seen on both sides, willingness to take contact, go to the floor, fight for every loose ball. 50-50 balls play a huge role in games like this, and it's great to see both sides, you know, giving it their all for the championship in the Lutheran State Girls Illinois tournament. We see a 3 there, knocked down by Wendling. Wendling's been open from the corner this whole game, and she finally makes Palatine pay to give Mount Prospect a 2-point lead.
You know what, Peter, Wendling came into this game as the second leading scorer for the Comets, and that her first 3 puts them back up on top 9-7.
That was a really nice shot by Wendling. She didn't lose confidence after, you know, having a rough first quarter and missing a couple shots.
Urlacher takes it right at Linky.
Not much you can do with that, Rod.
And Urlacher's got such a beautiful stroke. And the lead in its game is tied again at 9. But Riedel's able to break the full court pressure, and Riedel takes it right at Urlacher. We're going to have an offensive foul on Riedel.
From our perspective, it looked like that would have been one of those no-call situations, but I mean, Urlacher did a great job of staying straight up and taking the contact. Earned the foul.
Peter, you said it a lot more eloquently than I did there.
You missed me talking eloquently there for a couple minutes, so.
Actually, I was gone for 38 seconds of gameplay. Sometimes as a father, you need to take an 8-year-old boy to the bathroom.
It was the best 38 seconds of play-by-play we've heard all weekend.
Nice pass from Urlacher and Montella down low. But Montella gets her own rebound. Beremis wide open for 2, a little bit long, and finally Usselman's able to track the rebound.
Again, Mount Prospect is doing a great job of not letting this pressure from Palatine affect them in any way. They're getting through it like.
And we're going to have a traveling violation on Brennan.
And as I say that, a turnover happens. But as a whole, Palatine's game is built on causing turnovers and getting, a lot more opportunities to score than their opponent. And Mount Prospect's not letting them do that currently.
So, when I took a brief walkout, I saw Annie Thomas working out her ankle. So Annie Thomas is battling with some ankle injury here. So we'll see if she's able to, how efficient she's going to be with her injury. Montella takes it right at Uselman.
Good defense there by Uselman.
We're going to have a 3-second violation on Annie Thomas. And Jenna Young is going to check back in the game for the Comets.
Really solid defense there, though, by Maya Uselman to cut off Montella on the baseline and force her to kick it back out, which then subsequently led to the 3-second call.
Here, I gotta admit, I'm just tired watching the full court pressure all game long.
Palatine does it all game long. Doesn't matter really the situation.
At Wentling again for 3 in the corner, and she's got it again. Kristen Wentling, who's made 4 3-pointers in this tournament, has got 2 in the first half, and it puts them back on top by 3 at 12-9.
Urlacher looks for the
answer. Nice move from Urlacher, in and out, and look who it is, Uselman with another rebound, and Jenna Young and the Comets are pushing. Work down to Rito down low. She's going to get double teamed, and we're going to have a
jump ball. Jump ball 5, jump ball 6, maybe? It's been 5 or 6 because you missed 1 or 2 while you were gone.
7. I think we're at 7, Peter. So we got Brennan checking back in the game. They're doing an offense-defense switch right now with Jenna Young having her 2 fouls. So.
The way the second quarter is played, Coach Gutzler's really had a lot of opportunities to bring Young back in on the offensive end, which is good.
Urlacher with a runner. We're gonna have a foul, and I think that's gonna be on Urlacher. And if it is, that is 3, Peter.
That is a big deal if you are Coach Glazer. Your best scorer. Pretty much your only scorer so far today is now on the bench for the last 3 minutes with foul trouble. We'll see if they can find another offensive answer.
So Wooldridge without the knee pads. And then Jenna Young able to track it down, and she's going to get fouled by Wooldridge.
Risky pass there, right? Props to Jenna Young, though, for seeing she was about to take some contact from Wooldridge and not pulling up or anything.
So Wooldridge now with 2 in addition to Urlacher's 3. Now we talked to actually Jenna's dad before the game. Taylor Linke wide open for 3 off the rim, but Wentling fouls a shot, and I was so close to saying and 1 there. But she's gonna go to the free throw line for 2.
Just couldn't spin it over the rim, but we've said her name a lot here in the second quarter.
And that foul, it appears, is gonna be a Montella. And if it is, that's Montella's 2nd. So Montella with 2. So bonus the rest of that last 3:15 for the Comets. Wentling 4 for 6 from the free throw line so far in this tournament. Make it 4 for 7. So Brennan and Young, we're going to be saying these two again, quite a bit for the next 3.5 minutes. The offense-defensive switch.
Never seen an entire quarter of an offense-to-defense substitution, but there's a lot of things I haven't seen that have shown up so far this weekend.
I could see Jenna's dad biting his nails, watching the game in detail. As Wentling converts the second one, and the lead is up to 4 at 13-9.
It's currently Kristen Wentling 7, Palatine 3 in this second quarter.
And that zone defense is taking away any sort of inside game that they have. Montella with the runner does not get the roll, and we're going to have looks like the ball goes out of bounds off Bobcats, and Jenna Young's checking back in the game. But, and Peter, that was a great look by Montella. The ball just didn't drop, and it happens sometimes, but you got to keep taking those shots.
That's a good shot. If you're a coach, as we see, thought we were finally going to see a turnover off this press, but yeah, that's a great shot by Montella, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see her take it again soon.
2:49 to go in the first half. Comets, we're going to have a traveling violation on Jenna Young. But the thing is, Peter, I actually think the game is playing into more of the Bobcat style offense. Style of, where it's you know, it's a slow down, drag out. You're able to set your press up. The problem is, offensively, they're just not getting anything going.
Credit to Mount Prospect's defense for, you know, dealing with Palatine's defense. Really, Palatine's not going to give you opportunities to score offense, so you have to play stellar defense to keep yourself in the game.
And we'll see if what the Bobcats can do with Urlacher on the bench.
Currently, they're not finding a whole lot against this 2-3 zone.
Montella with Linky, and we're going to have a blocking foul on Linky. Not sure what else Linky could do there, Peter. But that's going to be her second foul. Linsky's shaken up on that play.
Tough spot to be in. Looked like good defense by Linky.
So number 34, Ella Duckman, will check in the ballgame for the first time today. Ella's sister, Lily, was the leading scorer of last year's national runner-up. It's going to be a lot of Montella with Urlacher on the bench. Montella with the hook, no good. Rebound by Veramis, and then it looks like Thomas is able to save it. So Kim and the Bobcats reset the offense.
I really like to see Palatine get Megan Kim involved in the offense. She comes into this game averaging just under 9 points per game.
There, 1:52 to go, and still only 9 points for the Bobcats.
Well, Prospect's defense has been great.
Kim, I guess it's going to be blocked, and we're going to have a substitution. Linky will check back into the game.
That's Kim's first field goal attempt of this second quarter. After taking 3 in the first quarter, she's been held pretty quiet here.
There's Kim again for 3, and
there
she's got it. Megan Kim with a capital H3, and the lead is down to 1 at 13-12.
Big shot there. See if Mount Prospect can answer.
And nice pass down low to Rito, but it was a little long, and the ball will go back to the Bobcats.
Turnover number 7 for the Comets.
And we're going to have another substitution as Duckman checks in for Linky.
Another offense to defense substitution with Linky with 2 fouls.
So 1:15 to go. Woodridge with the poor pass and almost travels, but Kim's able to save it. Montella with the open look for 3, and she's got it. Caroline Montella now with 5 points, and somehow, some way, the Bobcats have a lead, and we're going to have a timeout, Coach Matt Gutzler.
Back-to-back possessions, back-to-back threes by 2 different people, and Palatine has given themselves a 2-point lead with all the offensive struggles we've seen them have so far in this game. And their best offensive player currently out with foul trouble as well.
You know, and Peter, it's a very pro-Mount Prospect crowd too. So the last thing that this crowd and this team is to go into the half down. As you had a 4-point lead with 1:20 to go, and now just like that, you're down 2 points.
You still got a minute in this first half to get some momentum back on your side. The crowd's still in it. Just need a good look here, breaking through Palatine's press to start, and then finding a good shot in the offense as well.
So Rito is able to break the pressure by herself. Useman wide open, thought about it. And Rito still only with 2 points in this game. Wentling, it's been the lead in the way. Wentling with the runner and gets the soft roll. Wentling with 9 points in the quarter.
Where would Mount Prospect be without Kristen Wentling here in the second quarter?
Nice cross-court pass to Veramis.
Looks like Palatine will be content holding for the final shot.
Pass down to Woldridge, puts up, and we're going to have a foul on Linky.
And that's Linky's third.
Linky did not like that call. So Woldridge to the line for 2. Linky had to be smart, knowing she had 2 fouls. Woldridge is long on that one. So Brennan's going to check in the game. So now you've got Young with 2 and Linky with 3. So the foul trouble situation for the Comets.
Both teams with some serious foul trouble here in the first half.
So as a team, 1 for 3 from the free throw line so far in this game for the Bobcats. 4 in and out. 16 seconds to go.
It's got to be an asset for Mount Prospect to have their tallest player also be one of their best ball handlers.
So 5 seconds to go. Houston, we need to get a shot off. Someone needs to get a shot off. And they're not even getting a shot off, Peter. And that's the half. And that was not an ideal final 10 seconds there. But we've had a great game so far. At the end of 1, it was 6-6. At the end of 2, it's 15-15. So based on these trends, Peter, I think the game's going to finish up pretty darn close.
Well, based at this rate, we may have a tie game at the end of 4 quarters again, like we saw earlier today in the boys' 5th place game.
So Peter and I will be back here in, gosh, about 7 minutes with some halftime stats. And we're back live at the half of the 2019 Illinois Grade School State Girls Basketball Championship. We have a tie ball game. The Bobcats from Immanuel Palatine and the Comets from St. Paul Mount Prospect. The score is 15-all. Leading the way for the Comets is Kristen Wentling with 9 points. And for the Bobcats, it was Casey Erlacher with 7 points. She did sit the last 3.5 minutes with 3 fouls. Caroline Mantella added in 5. But Peter, 15-15 is your score. And I'm looking for a great second half of action.
I think we're going to get it right. We've seen an evenly matched game throughout. It's been tied up to the first, tied up to the second. I doubt we'll see a lot of separation between these two in the 3rd and 4th as well. Defense has been the name of the game so far. We've seen 5 of 15 shooting from Mount Prospect, 2 of 5 from 3 on those 2 makes were both courtesy of Kristen Wentling to start the 2nd quarter. Kristen Wentling was the 2nd quarter offense for Mount Prospect, as we saw, putting up all 9 of her points in that frame. On the other side of things, Palatine was 6 of 19 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, and they did a good job of weathering the offensive storm. They had back-to-back threes made middle of that quarter by Megan Kim and Caroline Mantella. That gave them a 2-point lead and, subsequently brought them a halftime tie. It's really going to be a battle of which defense can create more turnovers going through these next 2 quarters, Ryan.
So starting the second half for the Bobcats will be the starters. Kim, Thomas, Veramis, Montella, and Erlacher, and for the Comets as well. Young, Linky, Wentling, Riedel, and Uselman. Comets to get the ball to start off the 3rd quarter. And just hearing the crowd, Peter, I keep hearing SPC.
A lot of Comet fans in attendance here at St. Peter Arlington Heights today for this championship game.
And right away, again, I'd like to see if Matt Gutzler attacks Casey Erlacher.
And on the other side, we'd like to see if Coach Heather Glazer attacks Taylor Linky on the block again, as she did in the first half.
Wentling trying to work Torito down low.
It's tough to find any openings against this, Bobcat defense.
Jenny Young, Uselman with the almost banks it in. Erlacher with a rebound. And gets the ball stolen away by Riedel. Need to be a little bit more control as the Comets, again, look to get back on top. Jenna Young with the runner. Jenna Young off, but Uselman with the offensive rebound. Can't get it.
2 good looks there for the Comets. Those are shots that you have to finish in games like this.
Uselman now with 6 rebounds in this game.
She's working hard on the boards. Has been all game long. Good.
The Bobcats, if the comments aren't going to pop out on them, Peter, they can just sit there and hold the ball. Thomas takes the baseline. Thomas gets it back out to Kim.
Seems like they are perfectly content with doing that and waiting for a break to open up in this zone defense.
Urlacher does have 2 made three-pointers. Kim gets blocked by Riedel. Riedel tells her not today, and the Bobcats will keep the ball underneath their own basket.
That was a finger wag worthy block there by Riedel.
The not today comment started with the one Joe Mantich from Mount Prospect claim. He played for the boys team here 2 years ago. And Thomas gets it ripped away by Linke. And the ball, we're gonna have it looks like we're gonna have a jump ball. Somehow Uselman was able to wind up with it, Peter, but we're gonna have a jump ball.
Stay with Palatine regardless. But yeah, that was.
And Urlacher, nice pass down low to Montella, and gets blocked by Uselman. Veramis is able to save it in the corner.
2 great blocks here by
and the ball gets knocked away by Uselman. Uselman's fighting hard, and the ball will stay with the Bobcats.
Riedel and Uselman with just emphatic rejections early on in this third quarter. Again, we haven't seen a point scored in this third quarter, and it's been a very fun quarter to watch regardless.
Riedel almost stole that pass from Urlacher. Urlacher works it around to Kim. Kim with the open look.
Fine.
In and out. Montella with the offensive board. Sheep with the left-handed runner. In and out. Finally, Riedel is able to. Montella's had a couple of those, Peter. And the ball goes out of bounds and back to the Bobcats.
Finally, that Bobcat pressure causing what it does, or doing what it does best and causing a turnover. But yeah, Montella had a good look there. Just a little strong on that hook shot. Great pass by Urlacher to find Kim open on the other side of the arc for that 3 earlier.
Here's Urlacher. Urlacher, smart play by Urlacher, but Riedel was almost able to track it down.
It was a very high basketball IQ play by Urlacher to realize the only direction she was going to be able to go was out of bounds and allowing Palatine to retain possession.
So we've had no scoring so far, and then Kim's with the left-handed runner, no good. Riedel with another rebound.
Good defense by Young there to force Kim to take a shot like that.
Wentling takes 1 on 3, and Wentling's got it. Kristen Wentling, so far one of her best games of her young career, and she's got 12 points now, and the lead is 3. Urlacher with the offensive rebound, no good. And Jenna Young is pushing. Wentling needs to pull it back out, and smart play there. Riedel with the open 3, and in and out. Riedel fouls her shot, but Urlacher is able to grab it.
Roof would have come off this place had she knocked that one down.
Nice pass, and we're gonna have a foul as they bail Thomas out, and Thomas is gonna go to the line for 2.
Is that on Linke?
And it is on Riedel. No, you're correct, Peter. That is on Linke.
So big foul. She will probably be on the bench the rest of the third quarter at least.
So Thomas is onto the line for 2. She misses the first. Thomas is now 0 for 3 from the free throw line in this tournament. Coming in the game, like I was saying, the Bobcats 45% in this tournament. They're 1 for 5. Excuse me. Yeah, 1 for 5 as a team so far. And she misses both. Urlacher is able to foul the shot, and she's going to get fouled. So Urlacher now will go to the free throw line for 2.
Urlacher and Montella both crashed hard on that missed free throw, and both had an equal opportunity to get that rebound. Mount Prospect's got to do a better job of sealing the glass off on these free throws.
So that foul's on Uselman, her first, team second, and Urlacher converts on the first.
Second chance points.
Urlacher now with 8 points on the game, and the lead is down to 1 at 18-16. Urlacher gets the second one in. She's 3 for 4, and the rest of the team is 0 for 4. And Urlacher active on the other side, but Riedel's able to save it. Riedel gets around to Young. Young thought about the 3. Brennan for 3, and in and out. Nobody boxed out Wentling, and Wentling's able to get, Wentling takes it right at Urlacher, and the ball bounces out, but Urlacher's finally able to save it.
It was Wendling's first miss since the first quarter.
And Montella works it back. Here's Urlacher. Urlacher, nice crossbar pass. Does not get the roll. And we're going to have a
ball out of bounds, it looks like.
Thank you, Peter. Didn't really have much else to say there.
Had like 5 players fighting for the ball, and they roll out of bounds to the Comets.
That play has worked every time. Jenna Young gets to Uselman, who's wide open. Uselman up and good. Maya Uselman now with 4 points, and the lead is back up to 3 at 20-17.
Mount Prospect's ability to break this press is the main reason they're winning right now.
Montella takes a baseline. Here's Urlacher. Urlacher needs to take over. In and out, and look who it is. Carly Brennan's able, and Urlacher's going to pick up her 4th foul, 80 feet from the hoop. Urlacher was in a tough situation there. But they already got the inbounds in, so Urlacher has to play smart out there.
Yeah.
Rito needs to take it at him.
If I was Coach Gutzler, I would attack the post right now because there's really nothing Urlacher can do defensively.
They got to get into Rito here. You got to have.
Hey,
you got to know how many fouls she has.
Right.
Rito doesn't take it on her. A little bit long on the shot, and Veramis is able to grab it.
Strong board there by Veramis.
So 1:08 to go in the 3rd quarter. Comets with a 3-point lead. Urlacher out of control, puts it up and good. Even with the 4 fouls, she puts her head down and goes. She's got 10 points in the game. She's got 11 points in the game, and the ball gets knocked away and it will stay with the Comets. Finally, they're able to get Urlacher out of the game with her 4 fouls.
So, that's a really good take by Urlacher in traffic with 4 fouls, knowing that.
And Carly Brennan trips over her.
Looks like she got a little too much into that ball fake and stepped over the line.
So they're going to. Do you agree with the offense-defense strategy with Urlacher with 4 fouls with 53 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, Peter?
How many points does Urlacher have? How many points does the team have?
So she's got 11 of the team's 19 points.
I'd say, any other game, maybe not, but the state championship?
Nobody leaves You can't leave Montella wide open, and that is why you can't leave Montella wide open. And Montella now with 8 points, and the Bobcats are back on top, 22-20. Rito with the long 2, short, and we're gonna have a jump ball, possession arrow, Bobcats. Thomas will check back in real quick for Urlacher.
2 big threes there in this game by Montella. 1 in the 2nd quarter to give Palatine the lead back, and 1 in this 3rd quarter to give Palatine the lead back.
You got it. With Urlacher with 4 fouls, you got to know. Nobody picks up Uselman. Uselman with the long 2, and she's got it. Maya Uselman now with 6 points in the game, and the score is tied again at 22.
Rito attracted 3 defenders on that, allowed Uselman to sneak in there wide open for that short jumper.
Kim with the runner, in and out. And Rito gets the rebound, and we're going to have
another jump ball. I've lost count at this point. I think we're in double digits.
That was a strong rebound by Rito. We could have had a foul there. They're trying to get it into Thomas. Thomas with the 3 off the rim, and they let it go. And 14 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. They're going to quickly put Carly Brennan back in. So again, neither team really going much into the bench here, and really the only reason why is for foul trouble.
Right.
Woodridge also has to be careful here.
Rito's got to be careful she doesn't dribble into a double team.
Rito open for 3 at the top of the key, off the rim. 2 seconds to go, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Comets. So 1 second left. You can just literally get a shot off and shoot it here, Peter. You don't have time.
Don't have time to dribble or anything. Just got to catch and shoot, see what you can get.
And at the butt, and no good. Well, Peter, after 1 quarter of play,
we were tied.
We were tied. After 2 quarters of play.
We were tied.
After 3 quarters of play.
Guess what? We're tied.
And for those just watching, we're tied. And the Illinois Grade School State Basketball Girls Championship
will be decided in the 4th quarter.
22-22. Next up, we've got the boys championship between the Comets of Peoria Christ and the Crusaders of Rockford Lutheran. But here we are. This is what you play for, Peter. A 4th quarter of a state championship, and you're tied.
Couldn't ask for much more as a player. Even as a coach, this is exactly where you want to be in this situation. An opportunity to win the game going into the last 6 minutes of your season. Well, for both these teams will be playing in nationals, so that's not necessarily true, but it's going to be fun to watch. I mean, this whole game's been fun to watch. We haven't had a lot of scoring, but the defense has just been incredible. We've seen some, impressive short scoring barrages.
So you've got two players on the court with 4 fouls each. So you've got Linke for the Comets with 4 and Erlacher for the Bobcats with 4.
Both teams in that 3rd quarter took 13 field goal attempts. Mount Prospect hit 3, Palatine hit 2. Both hit 1 3 apiece. Montella with the 3 for Palatine and 1 link for the 3 for the Comets.
So here we are for the 4th quarter. Rito with the ball, gets around at Usselman. You need to take it or Erlacher. Linke wide open for 3 at the top of the key, short. Erlacher grabs the rebound. Erlacher now with 8 rebounds in the game. Erlacher takes it all the way at Linke, up, in, and out. And we're gonna have another jump ball, Peter.
Another jump ball.
Possession arrow Bobcats. So 5:39 to go in the 4th quarter. Bobcats will inbound the ball in their thrown basket. And they're setting up to Erlacher. They've got Montella posting up on Linke. That's a matchup they want to take. They should take advantage of.
Yeah, especially
here's Erlacher. Erlacher with the left hand and good. Casey Erlacher now with 13 points. Excuse me. Yes, 13 points, and the lead is back up to 2. Montella with the steal, no good. Veramis is able to grab the rebound.
And that's exactly what Montella's pressure has been trying to do all game.
And the ball goes out of bounds back to Mount Prospect. Montella needs to make those open opportunities, Peter. She had a point-blank shot.
Palatine hasn't had many opportunities to score off of turnovers, and that was a prime one right there that just didn't fall.
Rito's able to break the pressure. Rito takes it right at Erlacher, and there's got to be they're going to offensive foul. Offensive foul on Rito.
If there were a circle on this gym floor, she might have been in it, but there's not.
Erlacher had to understand that she has 4 fouls, and
I mean, she did the only thing she could really do or in the position she was in.
Erlacher got bailed out there. Bobcats up 2.
No need to rush if you're Palatine.
And we're gonna have a timeout, Coach Glazer, full timeout. But wow, what a play, Peter. That really could have changed the dynamics if it would have gone either way, because it was a 50-50 call.
Right.
And they called the charge. If they did not, we'd have a tie game, and Erlacher would be on the bench with 5 fouls.
And Riedel would be at the line to potentially give Mount Prospect the lead. Big call. Like you said, 50-50 call. Could have gone either way. Mount Prospect needs to, let it go. It's happened. They can't change anything with it now. So they need to stop here. So then what they need to do. Palatine, though, doesn't necessarily have to do anything offensively to press or attack. I'd say they just hold for an open look.
Right. So here's the thing to keep in mind too. Yes, Erlacher and Linke both have 4 fouls, but we're a ways from being anyone in bonus. We have 3 team fouls to 1 right now.
I mean, we're a ways time-wise as well, I'd say, from having to start fouling to get possession back. You have 5 minutes to go. There's no way Palatine will hold the ball for 5 minutes. At least I doubt that would happen. Theoretically, they could.
So 4:59 to go in the fourth quarter. So Palatine has won every championship since 2012, other than 2015. And Peter, who won that championship?
Mount Prospect won that championship.
Mount Prospect. So the only 2 girls state champions in the last 8 years are playing right now.
And playing a great game, we might add.
They've got the lead. If they're not going to come out on you, Peter, you can just stand there and wait.
You really can. I wonder how long it'll take for
Montella almost loses the ball. She's trapped in the corner. Linky's got to be careful, and she throws the ball, but it's going to be, says it was tipped, so stay with the Bobcats. Again, Linky needs to be careful, Peter.
Got 4 fouls. She has to be aware that any sort of, risky play may result in her watching the rest of this game from the sidelines. How long do you think Coach Gussler gives it until he switches to a man-to-man?
I think we've got a little bit of time still.
I think so too. I mean, we almost had a turnover there previously.
They've got Urlacher on Linky. That's the match. And Urlacher got it back out. And Fairness doesn't have, again, Kim can literally just sit here with the ball, Peter.
They don't even have to dribble at this point. I mean, there's no pressure really coming at them from the top of this 2-3 zone.
Montella had an open look there. Urlacher's hurt on the side. Urlacher's hurt. 3:17 to go, just rotating the ball.
Well, we've now killed 2 minutes of this clock, working against the zone.
And Wentling's got it.
I don't know if they're trying to foul at this point now or not.
I don't. Wentling's slapping.
Well, I think they are going for a foul.
Okay, so Wentling's going to get whistled. So that's what Matt Gutzler. So they wanted Wentling to foul there. That's only her first foul. And Matt Gutzler, he really just wanted a timeout there at that point. So
that's what it looked like. He was calling for a foul from the bench just to make some adjustments in his defensive strategy, because they can't sit in a 2-3 zone for the rest of this game.
So we're three minutes in, 1 made basket.
Well, I mean, that last possession we just watched took exactly 2 minutes off the clock, and there was not a single field goal attempted there. I mean, if you're Coach Glazer on the other end, you're just pretty much telling your team to do exactly what you've been doing the last few minutes, right?
So, I mean, to be honest, keep doing what you're doing there. I mean, again, if they're not going to come out, if they're not going to extend the defense, Peter, Megan Kim can literally sit there with the ball. I mean, and wait, because at this point, you're still 3 fouls away from being in bonus. You got the lead, and unless Mount Prospect, switches to a man. Which, if they're going to switch to a man, then things change a little bit. If they're going to stay in the zone, they can sit back and just ball reversal all day until we're under a minute when it has to hit the fan.
I think it would be advantageous for Palatine if Mount Prospect, as it looks like they're coming out man-to-man. I think Palatine wins most of these one-on-one matchups offensively versus defensively, so it'll be interesting to see if they can get an open look here somewhere.
So Linky's on Montella, so that's the matchup that they want to attack. And Linky can't foul, and Montella with the left-handed lay-in. Montella now with double-digit points, and the lead is up to 4. Young's able to save it, and we're going to have another timeout for Mount Prospect. But what a save by Jenna Young in there. It was one of those things that the ball was kind of slow motion, kind of coming at us a little bit there, Peter.
Yeah, she did a great job to avoid hitting the sideline as well, trying to save the ball from going out of bounds. And it would literally happen, 2 feet away from where we're sitting.
So 2:31 to go. I really think at this possession you need to set up a play where you've got Riedel taking it on Urlacher, and they should have done this earlier. The tough part is when the Bobcats have held the ball, you need to get Urlacher out of the game at this point.
If you're Mount Prospect, yes. You need to go into her. Riedel's had the ball and taken shots, knowing Urlacher can't really contest, but she hasn't tried to initiate contact. She hasn't driven in outside of that one charge call here in the fourth quarter. She needs to go, initiate contact, force Urlacher into a bad position where she either has to foul or give up, a layup.
So Lincoln gets it in. Speaking of Riedel with the runner, a little bit long. Wooldridge is able to track down the rebound. We're going to have an almost jump ball, but Wooldridge is able to get rid of it. Urlacher's got numbers. Urlacher then loses it, and we're going to have a jump. Actually, we're going to have a foul. I think that foul is going to be on Young.
I don't think it's on Riedel.
Actually, hold on. We're going to have a timeout.
Oh, okay.
So, Peter, you're wrong.
And you're wrong.
You're wrong.
You're also wrong.
You're wrong.
Okay.
You said it was foul. All right, agree to disagree. We're both wrong. There was no foul. There was a 30-second timeout first. I really want to, after the game, I want to talk to the ref. Who would the foul have actually been on? Well, it's the ref after the game, because I actually think it was on Young.
Agree to disagree. I think there's a 0% chance he remembers who the foul was on if we ask him, at the end of the game.
All right, so we'll have to remember with the 2:18 mark when they call the foul over who the foul was on. So regardless, Coach Glazer did not like what she was seeing there with Urlacher in the corner, so she called a timeout. And the Comets now can continue. The Bobcats can continue to do what they do now. Take care of the ball. Don't force a shot don't force a shot and make Mount Prospect foul you.
It's a two-possession game instead of a one-possession game when we were having this conversation before. Now you really, as Mount Prospect, need the ball back. And that's going to open up opportunities for Palatine. You just have to wait for them to open up, really.
Urlacher lowers her shoulder. We're going to have another jump ball.
Yep.
Possession arrow Comets.
Don't know if that was the shot I would have taken or asked for, but.
Well, the tough part is, Urlacher plays on one speed. And the thing is, she did lower her shoulder there, Peter, too.
A little bit. See if my prospect can get the ball in here, and that was very close to a 5-second call.
Nice save by Riedel, and Riedel's able to break the pressure. Riedel dribbles into two, and we're going to have a foul on Montella. So Montella picks up her third foul, only second team, so ways away for free throws for Mount Prospect.
Yeah, I would say foul trouble isn't an issue, but for the fact that Palatine has 2 fouls in the second half, they have a lot of people with potential foul trouble.
Linky with the open 3 at the wing. Linky off the rim, and Megan Kim is able to grab it, and the ball. Actually, we're going to have a foul by Wentling. So Wentling is going to pick up her second foul, team's 5th, so still 2 fouls away from being in bonus. But that's the shot that you wanted, and to be honest, Peter, it looked good from here.
High percentage shot for Mount Prospect, just didn't fall here late in the fourth quarter. Mount Prospect scoreless in this fourth quarter currently. Nice behind-the-back dribble by Kim.
Urlacher takes it in the hole. Urlacher with the runner, she's going to get fouled, and the basket is good. Casey Urlacher with the hoop and harm. And when you're making shots like that, you know it's your night.
And this free throw might, minute 39 left, might just put the bow on the first place trophy.
So 15 points for the game. Make in and out on the second. And another, what an effort by Wooldridge.
And what an effort by Linky, too.
And no jump ball. We're going to have a jump ball, possession arrow, Bobcats. So as a team, the Bobcats are 3 for 9 from the free throw line. Checking in for the first time today is number 25, Carly Grubbs. So the Bobcats are in bonus the rest of the way. Again, Casey Urlacher is the only one on the team to make a free throw. The rest of the team is 0 for 4 from the free throw line.
Makes it pretty easy to know who you. Oh, great inbounds
nice pass,
play.
Montella. Montella misses the. and Rito's able to grab the rebound.
Good board by Rito. Mount Prospect needs a bucket here.
And Rito with the 3 at the wing, short. And Grubbs is able to save it, and we're gonna have a foul on Young. Rito had to take it. So Carly Grubbs, she has scored 7 points so far total in this tournament over the 4 games. She's yet to attempt a free throw, but she's gonna go to the free throw line. Excuse me, actually Megan Kim, my correction. Megan Kim's gonna go to the free throw line. She's 3 for 6 from the free throw line so far in this tournament. She's averaged 9 points a game. She's got 3 today. She'll get a 1-and-1, looking to make it a 3-possession game. And she's long. Rito's able to get the rebound, so another missed free throw. So 1:15 to go. Rito needs to make something happen. Linky's wide open for 3 at the top of the key. In and out, and Urlacher is able to get the rebound, and Urlacher is just doing it all.
That consists of dribbling it all the way up the court as well.
And we're gonna have a foul there on Wentling. So Urlacher will go to the line again for a 1-and-1. But Urlacher, and the thing is, Mount Prospect has had its chances. We've had 3 straight possessions where they've had an open look for 3. And to be honest, this is what we saw last weekend for them against Janesville in the exhibition game, where they had so many open 3-point attempts, and Urlacher misses that.
And on the other end, Palatine's had so many opportunities to put this one out of reach and just hasn't been able to yet. It's
Rito with the up and under basket is good. And
Urlacher as well.
And Jacqueline Rito takes it hard to the hole, and that, with 53 seconds to go in the 4th quarter, puts Casey Urlacher on the bench for the rest of the game with 5 fouls.
And if Rito makes his free throw, makes it a 1-point game again.
What a play and what a take by Jacqueline Rito.
And that was similar to the play we saw, earlier on where Rito got called for the charge. Looked like Urlacher slid a little too late into Rito's path.
Rito makes that. We've got a 1-possession game. Full timeout, Matt Gutzler. 53 seconds to go. Fans are on their feet on one side. And for our 5th game of the day, Peter, they've all been good. Every single one of them. Every single one of the games we've had today has been fantastic.
I keep expecting, we've seen so many good games today. One of them is just not going to live up to the expectation, and this one again has. It's wonderful. I feel like we've watched 10 minutes of basketball and a minute spent on the clock. Since it was a 6-point game, Urlacher was the line for a free throw to make it a 3-possession game with 1:40 to go.
So with Urlacher out, who's gonna? Is it Megan Kim? Megan Kim and Montella. I mean, Montella's got 10 points. She has not shot and attempted a free throw yet.
She's 1 of 1 on the weekend. If that's any small sample size, but I'd probably put it in the hands of Montella and Kim, excuse me. Both of them have been your 2 other leading scorers this weekend, your 2 other, best threats with the ball. Kim's probably a little better ball handler, so to evade the pressure, I'd probably start trying to get it to your point guard.
So Grubbs is in for Urlacher. They're trying to get into Kim, and we're gonna have a foul as Rito falls to the ground. So Rito and Linky now both with 4 fouls. Megan Kim is going to go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Again, as a team, 3 for 11 from the free throw line are the Bobcats.
Well, those missed free throws definitely start to add up.
So Megan Kim, again, 3 for 7, make in and out. The ball gets bounced into Wentling. We're going to have a jump ball. Actually, no, we're going to have a foul.
Foul call? Okay.
And another missed free throw. So that foul is going to be on Montella. So Montella now with 4 fouls.
And
considering we don't have that many team fouls between the 2.
I said that earlier. It feels like, all of Palatine's fouls have been on 3 people. Oh, they need to get the ball in, though.
And Jenna Young, actually, Faramis steals it away, and then she throws it, and Linky saves it, but Linky steps out of bounds.
Oh, what a turn of events. Great defensive play by Veramix to get the steal. Oh, looks like we have a wet spot on the floor.
We need a towel, a napkin.
There's a couple towels.
You know, I've got to give Eric Young props, athletic director, boys Mount Prospect coach. I'm watching him on the sidelines over there. And as a father, I would be a wreck right now. I could not handle this pressure. And the thing is, I can coach basketball, but I can, you know, as a parent, as an athletic director, this is a lot to take in right now.
He's keeping it nice and cool over there on the sidelines. Props to him. I'm a wreck over here, and I have no dog in this fight.
What about a cat?
Good one, good one, good one.
So 46 seconds ago, Bobcats with the ball underneath their own basket.
Lines like that are how I know we've spent too much time together these last 2 weekends.
Veramix to inbounds. And we're going to have what a play by Jenna Young, and we're going to have a jump ball possession arrow Comets.
And that is where the foul call on Montella last possession comes in huge, because it kept the possession arrow on Mount Prospect's side and subsequently gives them the ball back here. Great job by Jenna Young, though, to stick her nose in the play and get the ball back from Mount Prospect.
They're finally able to get Jenna Young. Jenna Young, 40 seconds ago.
You don't need a 3 here either, Rye. You can go for a quick 2 and then foul again.
Jenna Young, nice pass to Usman. Usman drops the ball. She drops the ball. And the possession arrow goes to the Bobcats. 32 seconds left, and Maya Usman drops the pass.
I think she just saw how open she was, and
And then Kim knocks it out of bounds, and it goes right back to the Comets. Does anybody want this, Peter?
I've been wondering the same thing. I mean, both sides have had great opportunities and just, let them go through their fingertips. And we're still sitting with 30 seconds to go in a one possession game. Again, Mount Prospect does not need a 3. They can go for a quick 2 and foul. They need to get the ball in.
They get it into Riedel, gets trapped in the corner. Riedel gets to Linky. Linky, extra pass to Wentling. Wentling with the left-handed hook, no good. Linky's going to get whistled for the over-the-back foul. And Linky is done. Linky leaves the game with 2 points. And it's every foul has been hard on Linky.
I mean, it's a state championship game. Emotions will run high. I'd like to see that passion.
Grubbs to the line for 2. As I was saying before, he's not yet attempted a free throw in this tournament. As a team, they've missed their last 6.
Heck of a time for your first one.
And she's short on the first. And another missed free throw attempt by the Bobcats. 3 for 14 as a team. Excuse me, 3 for 13 as a team.
All it takes is 1 still here, Rye, though. I mean, 1 free throw makes it a 2-possession game at least.
And the Grubbs makes the second. Huge free throw for Grubbs, and it's a 4-point game now. And we're gonna have a full timeout Bobcats, but what a free throw by Carly Grubbs.
Big time shot.
Prime time player. Those were onions, Peter.
Those were onions.
We haven't had a double set of onions at all today.
We've had some close calls earlier on today with some of our games, but we still have time. 26 seconds. Mount Prospect comes down, gets a quick 2, hits a 3. It's not like a Palatine has left the door open for this to still be up in the air. I mean, I jinxed it when it's saying that we're 1 free throw away from putting this one away, a minute and a half ago, but that was my own doing. Sorry to all Palatine fans watching out there.
But wow, 4 for 13 as a team from the free throw line. Excuse me, 4 for 14. But that last one by Carly Grubbs was a huge one. So Erlucker is on the bench for the Bobcats with 5. Linky's on the bench for the Comets with 5.
if I were Coach Gutzler there, I mean, I think the best strategy offensively here would be to see if Riedel can get a shot at the rim, because with Urlacher out, Palatine doesn't really have any height.
And they get a pass up to Wentling. Wentling takes that right at Kim. Wentling down to, and the ball gets knocked away, and it stays with the Comets. 20 seconds to go.
Close to a carry and close to a turnover. Well, prospect.
A few times there, Peter. They're trying to set it up for Riedel, and then Brennan throws it into the stands, and they need to set up the pressure right away. Remember, the possession arrow, since it's been so prominent in this game, is with the Comets right now. They're trying to get into Kim. It's not, and we're gonna have a foul on Jenna Young. So Montello to the line for 2. She's only 1 for 1 from the free throw line so far in this tournament. She's got 10 points today. She'll go to the line for 2. So 19.1 seconds left. Montella off the back on the first, so she'll get 1 more. 4 for 15 now from the free throw line as a team. Montella misses both, but Thomas with the rebound, and Thomas is going to get fouled.
Oh.
Actually, no, timeout. But the fact that, Peter, that this is still a game is thankful for the Bobcats for missing 12 out of 16 free throws in this game.
I can't believe that the door is still open for Mount Prospect. I mean, Palatine's had many opportunities to, close this one out and just haven't been able to do it quite yet.
So foul trouble situation here. You've got Jenna Young has 4 and Riedel has 4. Wentling has 3. So those are your 3 players. Well, Usselman has 1. So so when the pass gets in, you'll see you probably want either Usselman or Brennan to foul here.
At this point, too, I don't know if there's a particular person you want to avoid fouling either. We haven't seen in the fourth quarter yet. But Palatine's main focus has to be getting the ball in first. We saw Mount Prospect have a little bit of trouble with that in this fourth quarter with inbounds. See if Palatine has the same with the side out.
So Thomas inbounds, able, they got to get it in, finally able to get it to Kim, and Riedel's going to pick up the foul, and that's going to be Riedel's 5th. So Riedel's going to leave the game with actually, correction, that's Riedel's 4th. Riedel's 4th. So Kim to the line for 2. She's 0 for 2 from the line in this game, 3 for 8 for the tournament. And that, Peter, is a huge free throw. And
Is that your dagger?
If she makes this one, it will be.
There
And
it
she
is.
does. Megan Kim now with 5 points in the game, and the lead is 6 with 16 seconds to go. Riedel brings it up. Riedel, they need
a 3.
They need a 3 quick. Riedel with the runner, no good. Usman with the rebound, and she's gonna get fouled up and good. 8 seconds left. The clock needs to stop. The clock needs to stop in the final. I don't know why the clock was still running there. The scorekeeper needs to do a good job about making sure the clock stops after that basket. In the final minute, the clock stops.
Does it?
Yes.
Okay.
So 8 point. It should. And it's not going to matter, Peter. It's a 4-point game.
No, it
but
won't. And the rule is different for whatever age level or level of play you're watching. So sometimes I, forget which rules apply here.
So the clock stops in the final minute, and there was 2.6 seconds that ran off. But regardless, Usselman had that great offense rebound putback. Usselman now with 8 points in the game. So you need a miracle right now if you're the Comets, Peter. You're down 4. You've got 6 seconds left. Best case scenario,
5-second
call.
call.
5-second call, three-pointer and a foul.
I mean, that's about all you got. At this point, those free throws by Kim, make it a 2-possession game with both possessions being threes that you need to come back and tie. So realistically, anything that gets inbounded will pretty much seal this one up for Palatine.
So Montella inbound, 5 seconds left. And it's stolen by Brennan. They get it into Riedel. Riedel, three-pointer, short. 1 second left. Wentling puts it up, and no good. And there it is. The Lady Bobcats are queens again of the Illinois Grade School State Championship. 4th straight championship.
What a game.
What a game as they defeat Mount Prospect 31-27, but what a game.
It's tough to see a loser in the contest like this. I mean, one side has to come out victorious, but both these teams played and played good enough to win. It's just Palatine that a little more in this 4th quarter, they really decided who was going to be the Illinois State champion this year.
So leading scorers for the winning Bobcats, Casey Erlacher with 15 points, Caroline Montella added in 10, Megan Kim added 5, and Carly Grubbs added in 1. And in losing effort for the Comets, Kristen Wentling led with 12, Maya Uselmannen added 8, Jacqueline Riedel added 5, and Taylor Linke added in 2. But again, 4 straight championships for the Bobcats for Immanuel Palatine. And 7 of 8, Peter. What a run. What a run Coach Heather Glazier's had with these Bobcats.
She does a great job every year of fielding a team that's competitive in every game they play. They're now 33-3 on the season. And I mean, they play some tough competition throughout the year. It really shows in games like this where they have the mental edge, and are able to come on top. Got to give props to Mount Prospect too, though. 23-3 on the season is nothing to hold your heads on. 2nd place in the state, in a very competitive state, I might add. Illinois has, always fielded very competitive teams in the national tournament. So 2nd place here is a pretty impressive accomplishment, no less. Let's take it down to PA announcer Jim Kroll for the trophy presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, how was that for a final? We'd like to congratulate both teams on an excellent game. Congratulations, St. Paul Mount Prospect. Congratulations, Immanuel Palatine. Before we begin the presentation, just a few thoughts and comments. First off, on behalf of the LSA, we've got to say thank you to our gracious host here today, St. Peter Arlington Heights. We have to say thank you to our other hosts during the weekend, and that'd be Immanuel Crystal Lake, St. John's Lombard, and Trinity Roselle. Thank you very much. The Lutheran Sports Association has been live streaming today's games all day long, and that wouldn't be possible without the very generous support of Concordia University Chicago. Thank you. One of the tags that we've been using during the weekend basically said this: players, you played. Fans, you cheered. And the refs, they reffed, and we had a great weekend. Our award presentation will follow this format, and we'll handle the trophy presentation to the second place team. Then we'll handle the individual awards for the second place team. We'll then recognize our champion with trophy and medals and game ball and banner. We'll then move into the all-tournament selection and sportsmanship award. So here we go. Would you please join me in recognizing and congratulating the second place finisher in the state of Illinois, the Comets from St. Paul, Mount Prospect. Would you please welcome one of the co-chairs of the tournament, Mr. Andy Fritz, a member of the board of directors and the chair of the girls division. Mr. Fritz.
At this time, we'll hand out individual medallions to the second place Comets. Number 10, Sarah Stavnes. Number 11, Jenna Young. Number 14, Maya Hulsman. Number 15, Zoe Parcham. Number 20, Allie Cook. Number 21, Taylor Bolton. Number 22, Carly Brennan. Number 23, Taylor Linky. Number 24, Jacqueline Riedel. Number 25, Taylor Sand. Number 31, Kristen Wentling. And number 34, Ella Duckman. Principal, Jennifer Hines. Athletic Director, Eric Young. Head Coach, Matthew Gutzler. Assistant Coach, Kevin Mueller. Assistant Coach, Molly Wilson.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please congratulate with me our state champion, the Bobcats from Immanuel, Palatine. Bobcats, please come forward and accept your game ball. And Bobcats, I hope you have room for yet another championship banner. Congratulations.
Individual medallions for the Bobcats. Number 1, Cassidy Rowe. Number 2, Georgia Rowe. Number 3, Megan Kim. Number 4, Frankie Henderson. Number 10, Caroline Montella. Number 11, Annie Thomas. Number 12, Coco Erlacher. Number 14, Rachel Lind. Number 21, Kira Veramis. Number 22, Addison Luna. Number 23, Rachel Roberts. Number 25, Carly Grubbs. Number 34, Casey Erlacher. Number 42, Sabrina Wooldridge. And number 54, Janie Dyer. Principal, Delane Schiestel. Athletic directors, Michelle Johns and Diane Henderson. Head coach, Heather Glazer. Assistant coach, T.R. Turner. Assistant coach, J.R. Beckley. Manager, Anja Rupel. And statistician, Grace Reichert. All right, next up, we will be announcing our all-tournament team. All throughout the weekend, observers watched all of the games, voted, evaluated many skills on the court, and we have come up with 15 members of the all-tournament team. And then from those 15 ladies, one will be selected to be the MVP. In no particular order, from Bloomington Trinity, Audra Bakewell. From Collinsville Good Shepherd, Katie Bardwell. She's coming. She may get it first. accepting the award on behalf. All right, next from Peoria Christ, Denali Craig Edwards. From Chicago, St. Paul, Deshara Flowers. From Collinsville, Good Shepherd, Jordan Gary. From Roselle Trinity, Reagan Henkel. From Palatine, Immanuel, Casey Erlacher. From Nashville, Oakville, Megan Renegarby. From Mount Prospect, St. Paul, Jacqueline Riedel. From Palatine, Immanuel, Caroline Montella. From Mount Prospect, St. Paul, Taylor Linky. From Nashville, Oakville, Raylyn Obermeyer. From Peoria Christ, Jonaja Smith. From Rockford Lutheran, Kayla Spangler. And from Edwardsville Trinity, Ellie Neath. And the most valuable player from the 2019 LSA State Girls Basketball Tournament from Palatine Immanuel, Casey Erlacher. Before we do the sportsmanship award, just a reminder that when we're done with the Sportsmanship Award, we'd ask anyone who wants to take a picture to go over to Hoops Fest in the other gym. Our official tournament photographer, Mr. Bill Brockschmidt, will be over there taking pictures, and you can take pictures and get in front of the backdrop and everything. All right, our final award for the girls tournament is the Sportsmanship Award. Just like throughout all of the games on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, where we were evaluating the players, we were also evaluating the sportsmanship of the players, the coaches, and the fans throughout the weekend, looking for positive things throughout the weekend. And after culminating all the results of that, the 2019 LSA Girls Basketball Tournament Sportsmanship Award goes to the Comets of Mount Prospect, St. Paul. As we begin to make our preparations for the boys tournament, we're going to be bringing our rope line out. We'd ask that anyone who wants to be taking pictures do so in the Hoops Fest in the small gym. And if you're going to be exiting, please stay off the court as we are going to begin making our preparations for the boys state tournament game. So all pictures will be next door in Hoops Fest. So please kind of look where you're at and stay off the court, as that will speed up our process of preparing for the boys game.